If you're using the novice training program and you're watching this video, you're probably in phase 1. Have you noticed the pattern for the exercise selection? Let's take a look at this graphic to help you visualize the pattern. We have 2 training days per week. Let's call them an alpha day and a bravo day. For most people, this is a Tuesday and a Thursday. Then we have odd weeks and even weeks. Let's start with the lower body exercise on alpha days. You can see for the odd weeks, the lower body exercise on alpha days will always be some variation of the squat. And then the lower body exercise on alpha days for our even weeks will always be some type of deadlift. So we will rotate between squats and deadlifts. The lower body exercises on the bravo days will be more unilateral. So for odd weeks, we will always do some type of transverse plane exercise. A good example of this is a lunge. And then the lower body exercise on the bravo days during the even weeks will always be some type of coronal plane exercise. A good example of this could be a step up. Now let's look at the upper body exercises. For alpha days, on our odd weeks, we will always pair a squat with a vertical push. A good example of a vertical push could be a barbell military press or a dumbbell shoulder press. And then on our even weeks, on alpha days, we will always pair a deadlift with some type of horizontal push. So that could be a push-up or a bench press. And then for our bravo days, if we look at the odd weeks, we would always pair something like a lunge with some type of horizontal pull. So a good example of that could be a bent over row. And then on our even weeks, for bravo days, we would always pair something like a step up with a vertical pull. A good example of a vertical pull could be a pull up or maybe a lat pull down if you had access to a cable machine. But I also include dumbbell curls in this category as well, just to add some variety. This systematic rotation of exercises tends to work well for novices, but it also works well for people who are more experienced with strength training because it points out any weaknesses in your programming.